Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Listen, I want to get right into this word that the Lord has given me to give to you guys. It's called just long enough. God kept you in a relationship, in a situation, in a ministry even, and other scenarios just long enough for that person to turn their heart and to do the right thing regarding you. God spoke to them concerning you. You prayed about some things. You shared with the Lord your heart's desire. And you shared some things that were really bothering you about the situation. And God is addressing those of you, you know, that you behaved yourself wisely, and even if you made a mistake, you quickly got back in place with the Lord, and you humbled yourself in relationships, on your job, in situations. You did not allow yourself to retaliate and do the things that you normally would do. You did not go off. You did not get them back. You did not get dirty and grimy like they got in some situations. You did not do the things that they did to you, and you remain loyal and faithful in some of these relationships and ministries. And God is saying He allowed you to remain there long enough for them to obey Him in their actions concerning you. In ministries, God is saying He's spoken to that pastor. He's spoken to that bishop. He's spoken to the leaders. He's spoken to that group. He's spoken to those individuals. He's spoken to those groups that would gnash on you and talk about you. He spoke to them, even if it was one. He spoke to them and they refused to obey Him. So they continued to mistreat you. He's spoken to your husband. He's spoken to your wife's heart. He spoke to them long before you discovered the things that they were doing. God has spoken to them. He's tried to get them to change. You see, because God gives you choice. He's not going to make you. But God is saying He's spoken to them. And He kept you there long enough to give them an opportunity to obey you. To obey Him. That boyfriend, that girlfriend, your husband, your wife, these situations that you find that you are no longer in, these friendships, things with your family, your parents, your siblings, God said He kept you there long enough to give them the opportunity to obey Him in their approach to you and things concerning you, and they chose to disobey Him. They chose to harden their hearts. They chose to justify their actions. They chose not to meet you halfway. They chose not to forgive you. They chose not to treat you right. They chose not to accept you in the ministry. They chose to go against you and to try to destroy you. God said they were given the opportunity, and He kept you there long enough as you were faithful to Him, and as you were consistent in the things of God, and as you continue to pick yourself up regardless of what they continue to bring your way. God said that He gave them the opportunity, and He kept you there long enough for them to do the right thing. But now God has said He's removed you. He's removed you from it. He took you from the church. He took you from the relationships. He took you from these circles because they would not obey Him. So He had to remove and safeguard you. Some of you are still in situations, and God says, I am getting ready to remove you from these situations. And I am so hesitant to say this, but I hear God saying, some of these people, especially in marriages where they've been tormenting you and have been doing some things, God is getting ready to shorten their lives. Some people, God is just going to take them from you. That it will be their last breath. And I don't say this lightly, but I can't tell you something else. I can't omit that. Some of you, they will just go. They will just leave. Some of them, some of these situations, God is going to give you a way of escape. But everything God does is in decency and in order. But I also see the Lord show me very clearly that the husbands that's beating the wives and the wives that are causing great distress in the homes and doing these things that's absolutely wrong. We're not talking about small things. We're talking about individuals that's truly disobeying God and just bringing heartache and torment in the house and opening up the families to darkness and sin. God is saying that He's giving them time to repent, giving them time to do right concerning you. But what's going to happen is their lives will be shortened. Pray that they will change and they will turn their lives around, my brothers and sisters. Pray that they'll change. But God says He kept you there long enough for them to do the right things. God needs you to remain faithful, continue to behave yourself wisely in every situation, because in it all, God is saying He's getting ready to turn it all around, change it all around. This is the word of the Lord today.